A little bit of a weird angle here. Yeah, the customer had some, he had keys pre-made. I don't know what the bitting is. I need to look into it real quick. And let me see here. It's not your usual Schlag key, so it's probably have when you get a key that's already been cut somewhere else. They don't always work. Let me see here. 2, 5, 4, 5. Okay, so yeah, I got some weird. All right, let's do her. I already got the working key in them, so that's nice. Let's see what we can do. I don't know if I can kind of stay in the camera here. I'll try. That. I'm just going ahead and get them all out of here. Got the camera mounted up on my ceiling of my step van because it's steel and it's a body cam and it has a magnet on it, so hopefully it's easier to see. You won't have the shaky business that I usually have going on. My usual stuff. Okay, here's the working key. And I don't know how well you're going to be able to see this because of how I'm doing this. Okay. This has the T-pins, top pins. You gotta be careful. It does compress, so you can get this out of this. So that's for that. And then I go on ahead and get these all knocked out. I can already tell looking at the key that they cut that it's going to be a little wonky, so we'll see. Maybe I'll get lucky and it's not going to be that wonky. So what you do with these is you push them kind of down so that cap will compress. Otherwise, if you try to force it, the cap will fall apart inside there. Alright, so that's that and that's that. So let me get these clips off here real quick. And that band-aid's from cutting bread, not taking E-clips off. Take that off there. He bid it originally, and I told him 25 per keyhole, and I didn't go through the whole spill of it. If you got more than one on a keyhole, then it's 12 and a half for the second one. But they kind of thought he was going to shop around because he thought that was kind of expensive, and it's like, and that's fine, and I get it. But what I told him was that it's 25 on site, and it costs more because sometimes we run into things that you know, like when you got to fix a door. I don't know, one of my last couple of videos where I rekeyed a house, you'll see that it's like I run into a mess on one of the doors. So let's see what we got here. I didn't get all the pins out yet to see what they got, so I'll set those over here. And there's a top pin, and that's one thing you don't want to do with these. Check those. So I wasn't even thinking because I'm on a camera here. So what I will do is I'm going to go ahead and load in a couple of these. Let me see here. Wasn't even thinking. And these are mushroom pins, spool pins, I guess, if you want to say. Okay, so and And so yeah, when it's top pins like that, then you go on ahead and you do have to be careful checking for master pins. They don't usually master top pins like that, those kind of cylinders. It's using a knob. I mean, I suppose you can, it's not common because these spool pins, usually you'll see the top pin where it will let me see here. Actually, I'm off. This is the spring type top loader. This is a standard. I know what I'm thinking. It's because I'm talking on camera, talking and working. So let me shut up. Let me get this going. I dumped that because those spool pins are not the same size as your standard top pin. I think .170 is the standard. I don't remember off the top of my head. I will shut up and just focus on what I'm doing instead of trying to talk while I'm working. And I love this follower. This is excellent. Okay, so let me see what we got here. No, I'm not using any of these ones I thought I was going to use. So, seven, 2. Okay. Hopefully this is straightforward. We'll see. I'll know the moment I put this in. And you got Chiefs, which is actually I'm about 20 minutes away from the Chiefs Stadium. Not really into football though. Alright, so they all look kind of low. Let's see how it does. And one thing I should have paid attention to is, okay, it's wetter. Let me do this. See, it's kind of clicky. So, what you can do when it's kind of clicky, I'm bringing in my quick set kit. I don't like that. I'll be right back. I'll cut this out. Let me get some quick set pins. What I do is, we're going to dump this out real quick. I don't like that. So I don't know what's going to happen when we do the other one. So the top pins, that's going to suck. So number 2 top pins, quick set. And I'll probably run into issues on the other ones. And that's what happens, you know, when they do that by their own stuff like that. Okay. Dumping my stuff here. Okay. Lost the spring. And it's usually how it goes. One shooting out of there. I'll get another one. Sometimes it's nice just to have a magnet laying around. You can just like run a magnet over the floor or wherever. Pick up springs. Some of the springs aren't steel though, they're brass. Let me see if I can get one out of this other one. Excuse me while I work out a camera here. It's because he went with this wonky. Okay. So now I gotta backtrack here. Okay. What he should have done was, and I don't have any special key blanks. Because I mean, who knew he was going to do that with the Chiefs? No, I didn't. Okay. Alright, so where are we at here? Stuff feels kind of yucky, doesn't it? Man. It's this key they did. Because they're all kind of low. You know what? Let me try something here. Let's see if a little bit might help this out just a hair. Sometimes a little lube will help her. Jeez, I wish you would have come to me first. That's the best I can do. So, I mean, what I'm gonna do is I cut in my keys, tell him to cut his losses on this, I guess. Well, we'll see what we got here. Those are the ones I'm not gonna like. Let's see this. Alright. There's no glue on here. Yeah, okay. These are gonna be fun. That's why I don't want to deviate on the pins. I could make them work, but I don't feel comfortable doing that. I'm gonna coat cut them. It won't matter. Now here's the T-pins. This is the ones can't really mess with. So I'm just gonna key it like I should to the right tips. Yep. Yeah. Those don't even like it. Let's see what happens if I put that on there. So let me try this. 7255. Let's cut a couple of these keys for them so they can see, because I'm going to have to explain this to them. We have a key blank here. Okay. Give me a second here. Light over here. Yeah, my keys fit perfect. Alright, so I'm trying to grab this without messing up my button there. Okay, see that. Let me run this off. And these are cut to factory. Try my C-clips on there. Mine cut perfect. Mine worked perfect. So what I need to do is just tell them it's complicated to redo them the way they want to do them. Okay, so let me get this one going here. Alright, so those three are done. I believe I did all three of them. Yeah. Alright, so let me do this one. And I'll just ask them how much, and I'll refund that part if I explain to them what's going on. the key machine was off at the place we had it done. Okay. Okay, there we go. Yeah, unfortunately, it happens. And that's being nice. I can make the key fit, but it's not to the factory, and it's kind of a mess. I'm just gonna tell them. Whew, crazy. Okay. Yeah, it's kind of. Can I make it work? Yeah, but it's like you're chasing pins, finding the next one up, and then you gotta sort of write down, okay, which pin was that, and then it's kind of getting into this weird territory over maybe it'll fit in one cylinder and not the other. The one cylinder still has the quick set pins in it, which is fine. I'm not going to worry about it. And then you gotta make sure you get on the right spot here. And push key in, turn it. Okay. I'll talk to him here in a minute. Get the funky in there. There you go. So now his key, fortunately, it kind of wonky. Probably work for what he's doing. Okay, so let me get one more key cap for him, and then get let's see. I need to get more of this. I usually work out in my car a lot of times. I'm gonna step in today because I just feel like why not? Okay. I'll give him one extra just for the trouble. And let me deburr this. I got one more. Yeah, my keys are dead on the factory. His are the goofy ones. And one more. I'm gonna grab a key. Deburr this. Alright, so my keys are perfect. Flawless. My tri-flow's out of my truck, or out of my car. Should have brought it in. I have sprayed in with the keyhole upside down. That way I know it gets to the pins. And then you can swirl it around inside there. Should have worn those gloves and feel that juice getting into my cut on my finger. Alright, so we're good here. Let me wipe this down. I always want to make sure their stuff is clean. Okay, these are the two keys. Getting him. Alright, I'm just going to show them. Okay, let me go holler at them. Copy.
We got the original one?
Yeah, because they cut it and it was off.
Yeah.
They'll work, but here, if you want to come on in, you don't really need to
Let
bring.
me go grab the other key.
Okay. I was waiting for you to come in. I didn't want my neighbors to think I was waving at them. Okay, come on in.
Yeah, because I bought a lock for the basement door and this came with it.
Okay. Yeah, what they did was,
So I think we get a refund?
yeah, something was weird. So, 836. Yeah, something's off. Mine are flawless.
I mean, as long as it works.
Well, these work. The problem is when they copy, that'll work. Some of them will work, and some of them are kind of.
Okay.
They got a little click to them. I don't like the clicks. See that one there's got a little bit of a click. Mine are flawless.
I'll just go return it. I'll just use your keys.
Yeah, mine are exactly to the manufacturer specs, and that's the one you gave me.
Okay.
Mine are dead on factory. These here, I don't know. It looks like the right. Let me see. See that?
I'll just go return these.
And that works. That some of them will work.
Do you trust those automatic key makers?
No.
Yeah. This
Well, I mean, they make more money having you come back, so
yeah.
that's why. I mean, I've never had them cut my keys. See, it's hit and miss on. I don't know. Yeah, it's odd why that does that.
Yeah, that's fine. We'll just go off of this.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, here's your original keys.
Here's
so those
the
are,
one
let
that
me
you
see
made.
the difference in these. P3.
Oh, the code to unlock is on the key?
Yeah, but it's not what these measured out to be. So, I mean,
if someone sees your key, they can...
on Schleg they can. I mean, Locksmith can just look at it and tell. I can tell it's either a 7 or an 8, or a 5 or a 4, you know, I mean, I can look, because you only got 9 depths.
So I need to grind it off?
You should, or, you know,
Yeah.
if you're a guy, you don't need to worry about it. You know, the girls, you got to worry
leave
about
the keys around.
Well, some guy at a bar will see it and be able to break in their house.
And my nieces, too, they're going to carry the key, so...
I can make it work these, but probably won't work
No,
these.
as long as this works with this,
Okay.
I don't need to worry about that.
Okay, but these, so this is, when I decoded this, the one you gave me,
Yeah.
keep those for yourself. When I decoded those,
Mm-hmm.
they went off of this, and I use a key gauge right here.
Yeah.
And you slide it in, and it tells you what the depth is.
Yeah, I have no problem with
Yeah.
this set. I don't
Yeah.
I don't care if I use this key at all.
Okay, okay. I just,
Yeah, I understand. You want.
Well, so I decoded it and I did it exactly to factory specs, which is, you know, this is Schlag's factory kit, and I go off their exact pins.
Yeah.
And so that's where I come up with this number. I didn't know you had the actual key that had that number. I probably could have gone off of that, but I don't think your originals would have worked that good.
Yeah.
Either, because it's a
this is from a different lock.
Yeah.
Because I bought a new
Actually,
lock.
these are for the correct one. They're just the numbers read differently than the used key you gave me, than the duplicate. So 835 or 656. Mine was, it's one off, like 8 and 7.
Yeah,
2, 3,
close
2.
enough.
Yeah. It won't. These won't work for you, and your red ones may.
Yeah, I'll return.
But these are perfect. These are exactly to my number. I didn't know, because you know, when you decode when you decode a key that's been copied, which is what the red ones are, they're a copy of an original.
Yeah.
You know, every time
wears down and it throws it off.
Every time you cut a duplicate key on a duplicate, it just degrades even more. But sometimes, you know, if the machine's over adjusted, it'll go the other direction.
Yeah.
So it's 50 even. Okay. That's it.
Yeah, this came from a new lock I got just now. So.
Okay. So that's not going to go to anything else?
Well, I was going to use it for the basement door, but.
Okay. That will still work for your basement door if it's already keyed to it.
To that lock, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it should. Yeah, we'll find. You say credit?
Credit's fine. Cash, credit, doesn't matter.
Cash better?
Cash works fine.
Yeah, I'll give you cash. Cash better.
Okay.
50,
Yeah, I mean,
right?
it goes my IRS either way. Yeah, 50, and I'll have you sign this. So, what I do, I'm going to write this number for you that I did. And I'm going to do your old is 83656. So every number was off.
So the old key, we won't use it anymore.
You won't unless you got something that still works with it.
No, nothing.
Okay, all right. Well, then use the new number. Okay. So if you don't mind, just sign anywhere. I'm going to give you this, and then appreciate it. Keys are free. Don't worry about it. I'm sorry.
No, this is perfect because we're not using any old one, and the key that I gave you was from a new lock I just got now. Okay. Those 4 were copied off of this. So.
Okay, all right.
I'll just
give you that.
Thank you.
Yep.
I'm gonna give this to my sister if she has any issues.
Yep. Well, and none of my keys have the number on them, so you won't know other than what's on that invoice. So
you just do locks or what?
I work at the Ford plant. I do the pipe fitter out there. Yeah. And the maintenance, and I do locksmith too. I mean, I weld also. I do welding. So.
Okay.
So.
All right. My brother-in-law works at the Ford plant.
Really? Who's your brother-in-law?
Scott Tran.
Scott Tran.
Asian guy. He's on the F-150 line. He does suspension.
I know a couple of Asian guys out there, but that's not one of them.
He always wears a hat.
Okay.
And glasses.
Okay. All right.
All right.
All right. You have a good one. Thanks a lot.
Thanks a lot.
Yep. Be safe and stay dry. All right. So you heard it. I want to make sure I didn't leave him hanging. Anyway, so this is trash. Has the old numbers. And that's what you run into when you do that. He didn't tell me he had the original key. If he had, I would have went and used that instead of this Chiefs one he had. But that's how it goes. I mean, that's the job. Sometimes you gotta troubleshoot the customer, not just the hardware. If I'd known that, I would have asked him where he got the originals. And I should have, because he gave me the Chiefs key, but I assumed that he had just gone ahead and there's that spring I was looking for. So right there. I assumed that he had it was a copy that he already had. I didn't know he had the originals. Alright, well, that's all I got for today. Thanks for watching. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye-bye.